This might touch a little nerves with some people, but it's honest, and that's the way I like to keep it. I don't think that women should work in the men's penitentiary, and I don't think that men should work in the women's penitentiary. Whenever it comes to women working in the men's penitentiary, you're always going to have the risk of them starting an inappropriate relationship with some of these guys. That, you know, they may go in there and I don't put all the blame onto them, because these guys are predators and they've been working out for 15 years and they're jacked and they're handsome, you know, and they got a gift of gab, and they thought through everything that they would ever say to a woman to get their attention. And they'll start with just something small, but like, hey, I like your fingernails. And they pick out ones that sometimes are not attractive, or not getting attention from other men, or not married, not having a wedding. They're predators. That's what they do. They prey on some of these women, and they'll start an inappropriate relationship with them, and they'll convince them to do all kinds of things. You can actually Google like women that have tried to help like sneak guys out of the pen, so that's one thing, but that's not even the major one, right? Because that can happen to a man too, but in a man's penitentiary. It has happened to a man in a man's. I told y'all a story about the male officer that got oral sex from a convict. The convict spit it into a cup, saved the DNA. The guy got fired. What's crazy is his wife was a hottie, and she still ended up staying with him, you know, saying, you know, maybe, I think his blood pressure made him loopy or some shit. But, no, the main thing I worry about is that women are not as strong physically as men. That's just biology right there. I'm a big guy. I got big hands. There's not a place where very many women are just going to whoop me. Yeah, of course there are some women that are just outliers, right? But I'm talking generally, it's not the outliers going to work at the prison. It's women, you know what I mean? Older women a lot of the time, or younger women a lot of the time. But anyway, they can be hurt. And I told you, I saw females assaulted more when I was a correctional officer than I ever saw men get assaulted. And men do get assaulted back there in SEG. You know, I'll tell more stories about that later. But anyway, that's why. So one, the inappropriate relationship thing, the guys are predators, but also there's a lot of guys with a lot of mama issues out there that can be physically aggressive. Now, why shouldn't men work at a female's prison? Well, the number one reason is because incels and people like that will go to work at a female's prison, and that's the only time that they're going to get a shot at some action, is by going out there and abusing their power and authority and coercing women into sleeping with them. And even the females may try to sleep with him, you know what I'm saying, to use him, because they can be predators too. I'm not saying women absolutely can be predators to these guys, but it's more so that they would be predators seeking out women. I believe that predators will always put themselves in a position of power and authority, or wherever they have they have the ability to seek out their prey, whether it's a pasture, whether it's a CO, whether it's a cop, whatever. They're going to put themselves in a position where they have access to what they desire, their prey. And that's why I don't think that women or men should work at maximum security penitentiaries in particular.